Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy and I am doing what's probably going to be just a quick video to try out my new neck camera mount that's back here. And I thought in order to do that, I would do one of my kind of ASMR, although I'm not going to take the time to add any kind of music to this, but we're going to do a book flip through just to give me a chance to test this out. So we are doing a Barnes & Noble flip through of the new book for paper lovers by Flow, or the Flow Paper Lovers book, whatever you want to call it. It did cost $34.79. I'm actually thinking about returning it, but let me know in the comments what you think. But we'll see if I need to zoom in or anything, but I'm just going to do it from here. I guess I need to be careful if I am going to return this. I don't want to completely, I don't want to damage anything, right? So just flip through. Do I need to, I can't tell if I need to zoom, oh, I can't zoom out any farther. I can get closer, but we don't want to get closer because we want to be able to see everything. So you guys are going to think this is a hot mess of a video. But here we go. So if you're not familiar, this is it's a book of paper filled with more than 200 pages, 250 pages of paper goodies. And that comes in the form of scrapbook paper and stickers and punch outs and all kinds of stuff. So this is the second one of these that I've gotten. And I just wasn't as impressed with the artwork, unfortunately. It's not that it's not great artwork. It's just not really my style per se, although I say that and then I get to a page with birds on it and trees, which is my style. But there's just something about this that's not as much me. But it does have perforations, although with the shadowing, I don't think I can show you. But it is perforated so that you'd be able to tear the pages out. And so it's front and back. And there are usually, I think, 4 designers, but maybe not. So here are, in the beginning of the book, they always tell you about the designers. So maybe, gosh, it looks like there could be up to 9 in this one. And then they show you some of the other, they have a monthly magazine, which I do not like the monthly magazine, but I do have this one. And they do come out with thematic ones, I guess you would say. And these are, I think this one is produced maybe by the Dutch. And then there are the big paper books, which I believe are created in England. And all of these you can get at Barnes & Noble. I think you can also get this online, perhaps. But for those of us in the States, it seems to be easy enough to go to Barnes & Noble. Okay, this is stickers. So each of these is stickers. And then usually on the back of the sticker pages, they give you, if you were to peel everything off, then you're still left with a piece of scrapbook paper. And then we've got punch outs. So you can kind of wavy punch outs. And then there's also, I guess I could have shown you it like this. There are several kind of add-ins that they put in here, which to me, those are the better. I like those parts more than some of this. Although, file folders and things are my thing, so I don't know, I might keep it. But this is a folded up piece of like wrapping paper. So you can take it out and unfold it and wrap things or just use it however you would use. And see, I'm a cat person too, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about here. But each designer is responsible for a section of the book, and so their sections will always coordinate with each other. But the individual sections do not necessarily coordinate with the other sections. So now that I have this piece of equipment, I'm going to be trying to do more book flip throughs like I had originally promised to do on this channel. And of course, because I'm not sure if I want to keep this or not, I'm trying not to damage it, but this is another page of stickers. This is kind of a hard cardstock, so you've got some postcards here. Yeah, 2 different postcards and then one kind of big card. And then we've got another fold-out page that some people call wrapping paper. And now you can see we're moving into a new section. So I was getting ready to say one of the things that I wasn't as crazy about with this one is I didn't feel like it represented the time of the year. But then we get to these pages and they're kind of fall colored pages. So I think I'm proving that all the negative thoughts I had about this book are kind of invalid. So maybe it's just a personal taste kind of thing. And then there's usually in all these kinds of books, there's like you can cut this out and fold it up to make a letter with, so you would have this cool kind of design on the outside with, the place to write the address, and then this on the inside. So there's a few of those. So these books are terribly expensive, I will agree. So why would you buy this instead of buying just all the individual parts? I don't know, because you could buy, if you get a thing of stationery paper or scrapbook paper, when it's on sale, you can do a whole lot with that. This is very stylized, and they're banking on the fact that you want a little notebook, and that you like all the little cool trinkets or whatever they put in it. Now this one did have a calendar, which I did like this part. And, they're just numbering it, so it's not specifically for any specific year. I have never been successful at keeping a day planner. I don't know why that is. I love creating that kind of thing, and I can do it for, 2 or 3 weeks, but then that's about it. So January usually looks pretty awesome. And I get everybody's birthdays written in on their day, but that's about it for the rest of the year. But I do like these. Now, is that worth keeping it for $35? I don't know. And I say that because really, I much prefer these are cute. So these are some tags. I say that because I really prefer the paper version of these types of books is my favorite. So I will be doing videos, flip through videos of those at some point. So hopefully for this video, my voice is not too terribly loud, since I was wanting to do it kind of as an ASMR. So we're hearing the paper. So we've got some dot paper on the back. So maybe I should have picked a book that I'm actually keeping. Oh, this I thought was cute. It is a little coupon book, but this feels more Valentine's Day-like to me. So it felt a little bit out of place seasonally. And then we've got some envelopes. And the other thing is, usually anything they have glued in, the glue seeps through to the other side. All right, here, these are some more envelopes to go with all these papers. And this felt very summery, but again, we're in the fall now, so I don't know. They may be publishing this now more because they have some competition, but I think they used to only publish the big book, which is what this is, twice a year. So I think it would come out in November and May, perhaps, or maybe August. I don't know. This one came out. I think, like I said, now that more people are starting to do this, I think they're feeling the pressure to kind of keep up. These were kind of cute. Yeah, I may keep it. It may be, I mean, $35 is a lot. Now, I got a 10% discount because I'm a Barnes & Noble member, but that pretty much just covers the tax. So, but you know how it is. Sometimes it's just easier to take your lumps than to try to return something. But I do like these. And this, you can't tell, but these are individual punch outs. It's not just paper. And then here's another fold out piece of wrapping paper kind of thing. Now this I thought was interesting. Let's see if I can see how textured it is. So, and it's like that on both sides. So that, I thought these were pretty interesting. And they're cats. Well, okay, they're not all cats. I see these and it makes me think of the ACEO cards that are so popular right now, where people, the ACEO cards are a little bit bigger than this. They're 2.5 by 3.5, and it's the same size as a playing card or a trading card, and you create your own art on it and then sell it. And that kind of is what this reminds me of, because it's like little works of art. So if these were a little bit bigger, this person could sell them as prints. Well, why do they need to do that? They sold them in this book. But yeah, this is a really textured paper, so that's kind of neat, I guess. And they always do a good job in these books of giving you, coordinating solids too. But I get these kind of so I can break them down and sell them, or not sell them. But when people buy from my Etsy shop, here's some more postcards. When people buy from my Etsy shop, I put a little freebie packet as a thank you in it when I ship it. And a lot of times I'll use little pieces from things like this or other crafty scraps. Or I also include some of my own digitals. Like, I won't include other people's digitals that I've bought off of Etsy, but I'll include my own. Oh, that one's kind of cute. Okay. The book is growing on me a little bit. What is this? It's almost like a sweater. Looks like fabric to me. Oh, and here we've got some more of the cutout envelope letters. So I guess maybe what I would liken this to is if you are part of a subscription where you get a crafty kit every month that's got these kind of components in it so that you can coordinate and, create your own artwork, or if you make handmade cards or scrapbooking or any of that. Here's another page of stickers. It's kind of like that, only you're getting several months worth in one, and it's coming to you in book form instead of in a box or something. But I've never been a subscriber to the Grabby kit, but I've noticed that they are transitioning to these books now too, because of how popular they've become. Yeah, I do like these. So yeah, I probably am going to keep this. But yeah, I've struggled to film my hands because I can never see what the camera sees because the camera is overhead. And so I would never have any way of knowing if I was even, aside from putting guard tape or something down on the table, I could never really tell if I was in camera or if it was focusing. So I think this camera mount hopefully will be a good purchase. And it really wasn't very expensive. I'll link to it. I got it from Amazon. I'll link to it. It will be an affiliated link. So if you click on that, thank you in advance. It doesn't cost you any extra. These are some stamp stickers. But see, feels like Valentine's Day to me. And then another fold-out piece of wrapping paper. And then we've got a pocket folder in the back. And we've got, this is designed to, there you go, to open kind of like a advent calendar almost. But so I have no idea what's on the inside of these. I don't know if you're supposed to draw something in there, but kind of once it's open, it's open. But maybe, I don't know. And there are tons of people on TikTok that do flip throughs, or they do crafting with, this is their only supply plus their glue and scissors, etc. for videos. So, but yeah, I find that when I'm considering spending this kind of money, I really want to see like every page. But obviously, if you're buying it in store, I don't know if you can buy it on their website because it's considered a book-a-zine. So it's in the magazine section. But here's the number on it. So, well, this says magazine, but some places say book-a-zine because it's so fat. But I don't know if you can buy it on their website or not. But I guess if you were buying it in store, you could flip through. And, you know, make sure you don't find something like this where you've got the band and nothing in it, because sometimes they do fall out in shipping, so you do want to kind of pay attention to that. But it's got some nice stuff. All right, well, that brings us to the end. Let me know what you thought of this filming style. I'm going to try to get this uploaded yet tonight, and then we'll see. But thank you so much for sitting with me while I test out this new filming equipment. So wherever you are, whenever you are, I hope you're having a great day. And until we meet again, take care of yourselves. Bye.